So it is day 9 on Expedition Online, and let me tell you, today I thought I was gonna go home. I felt like my expedition life was on the line. We went into the challenge. I can't believe how long I lasted holding that stupid plate to the wall and having a bag with like cans inside, like full cans, okay? And then having a plate in my hand with another can on top, with my hand in the air and my arm is here for 20 plus minutes. My arms were shaking. It was the final people that were left was me and Justin. Oh my god, if I just pushed a little bit more, I probably would have won it. But my spaghetti arms, like, look at this, guys. Like I got spaghetti arms. Like, do you see these arms? Like, I barely even got any muscle. Like, barely. Like, my arms were shaking, like furiously. My hand was getting numb. My hand in the air, my shoulder here. I had to, like, do some movements like this. Let me reenact. This is how I was. Let me show you guys, okay? So, mind you, there are 3 cans in this bag, okay? Then I have this plate here, okay? I'm here, and this has to be over here, and I'm standing here for 20 plus minutes with my hands like this. You see my stick arms, my spaghetti arms? I was dying. But I'm actually so proud of myself because I feel like I suck at endurance, like, honestly. But I'm glad that, like, I made it to 2nd place. So these people better watch out because your girl is not clueless as to what's going on. I didn't get to provide you guys with an update for day 8, but on day 8, oh my god, you don't understand how much I wanted Kyle out. They changed their mind last minute, which pissed me off because I was outside the vote, as you probably already know from my other video, because I had a few drinks. So yeah, they didn't get him out. They got my ally out, Garrett. But I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, Garrett did it to himself because he didn't show up to the competition. So I literally had to go in today, like, kicking and screaming, like, no, this Kyle guy has got to go. Like, I don't understand why you guys don't see it. Like, you guys are his minions, and, like, that's gotta stop. Like, you guys have your own brain. You can use your own brain to formulate your own opinion on what to do for your game. Don't be playing a game that's his game. Like, no, it doesn't work like that. They told me today that today's gonna be the day we get him out. Like, I want to make it up to you, Chantal, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, I'm like, that's what you told me yesterday, and then you guys changed your mind last second. So why am I going to put my trust in you now? Anyways, we get to Crossroads, okay? There was fireworks, of course. Docs asked us some questions, and then the conversation just kept on going, and literally I told Kyle how I felt. I felt like you didn't make an effort to talk to me. You didn't do anything. Then he had a rebuttal and said, oh, it works both ways, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, wait. First of all, I made an effort before I wrote your name down. before. So why haven't you made an effort to talk to me? I'm the one that's going to jury. You gotta do jury management. You better make sure the people on the jury are not salty about you. Like, I don't know. I don't understand his way of thinking, but like, there was some fireworks and we had a little bit back and forth, and it got to the point he had nothing to say after, and I'm like, yeah, there's nothing to say because it is what it is. I told him how I felt. I felt like he had a wall up, that he had no interest in getting to know me or trying to benefit his game. If he would have taken the time to get to know me or like try to make a connection, he wouldn't have gone home. And that's a period. But because you wanna be out here like a freaking dictator, where like I don't do that. And I'm gonna open everybody's eyes and realize, do you not see what's going on? Don't follow a man for his game. Make your own moves, guys. And it finally clicked. Like, I am so happy that this guy is out. And I don't like mean to like attack him or anything. I'm sure he's a great guy, but his way of playing was just, you don't do that. Like, I don't know. I'm a firm believer in you treat people how you want to be treated. Don't close people off. You never know if your own team is gonna go against you. Keep all your options open, and don't single anyone out or cast them out because they're not a part of your crew. Like, I just don't believe in that. And I'm so thankful that it was a unanimous vote and this guy is gone. You don't understand how much, like, how happy I am. And it's not only for me, it's for Gideon and it's for Ryan, because we were on the bottom. There was no way in hell I was gonna write down their names. I told everybody on the original Janet that I don't care if I'm still here tomorrow, I'm writing his name down every day until he's gone. I don't believe in the type of game that he's playing. I don't agree with that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not a sore loser. I know that if I didn't make a good move, then I will face the consequences and I'll bow out. And I'll be like, touche, good on you for getting me out. But I want to be out here being salty. Like, you can't be out here wanting to play a selfish game for only your benefit and your top six. And then what? Like, this is not causing entertainment for the viewers. Like, we gotta have some spice, guys. And trust me, your girl Chantel, we go into the top. Whether I gotta get there kicking and screaming, I don't care. But today was the day we got that Kyle guy out. Period. Like, that was my only mission. And I am so happy. Like, you don't understand. This is a huge accomplishment for me because I didn't want to be in jury knowing that that guy is still in the party. No. I want to go to jury knowing that I had a hand in getting him out. like who doesn't want that? Like, that's satisfaction for everybody, and everybody can use that on their resume when we gotta pitch to the jury. Now I gotta make the right moves at the right time, which is critical because I don't want to burn any bridges. I am going to try to get people to do my dirty work. Period. But I'm gonna listen to everyone. I'm gonna be friend to everyone. I'm gonna work with everyone. That's what I want to do. And until people cross me, then I'll deal with that when the time comes. But I'm just so thankful to the expedition gods that I'm here to see another day. And hopefully I provide an update for you guys for day 10. Deuces, honey.
So, good day generally. We got Kyle out. It was fun to make a blindside and all that, but camp is kind of weird right now. I mean, we act like all eight of us are some big happy family. Like, we're not playing a game where we're all just gonna vote one another out, and that is extremely strange to me. Everybody is just celebrating Kyle being out. Everybody is just, talking as if we're all best friends and, the game is over at this point. But I think I'm getting along well enough with people, but I'm definitely not feeling as if I'm like on that inner circle of celebration and all that. So I run into this interesting conflict where I think strategically I know all the dynamics are going on. I know who's paired with everyone, but that's only valuable if I can actually make something happen based on that information. And so, I have to think about how to proceed forward and see if I can actually make something happen. But I think this next vote is realistically going to be the first time when I'm actually nervous that I might be voted out. Whereas these other times I've generally been pretty comfortable. So at least I have the compass in my pocket in case I need it, but definitely starting to really get a little anxious.
Well, last night's vote was interesting, to say the least. Somehow they targeted Kyle. I didn't think they would. I thought it would never come. Now I'm in a weird position because I don't know where I stand. I don't know if now I'm the biggest target or if they're going to target somebody else. It's still 5-3. Original Ethan's down, but maybe original Ethan doesn't matter anymore. That's what I have to hope for. My game plan coming into Monday is try to win the challenge. If I can't win the challenge, then I think I have a strong connection with Daniel and maybe try to exploit that and get in with him. We'll see what happens. I'm still here somehow, so let's go.
So today went exactly as planned. We finally did it and blindsided Kyle. I'm just gonna take a moment and soak it in. So pleased. Everything's went exactly the way it needed to go. We got everyone on board. It was a fully unanimous vote, and Kyle did not see it coming. And furthermore, he had a steal a vote advantage, which I had no idea about. So anytime you can remove an element of risk from the game, it's good for us. This also helps with my relationship with some of the minority members of the original Ethan tribe. So Chantel's really pleased. I feel like really good that I finally got to actually work with her again. It's been so long, and I felt like it was getting to the point where if we didn't do it soon, she was never going to trust us. I am a little concerned about her relationship with Maddie. They're clearly really tight, and Daniel and I did discuss that, and it's just something we got to keep an eye on. And as much as I like Chantel, she's going to be a huge threat to win, so I don't really want to go that deep with her. So TBD. I'm also a little wary of Ryan. I like him as a person, but I think he's a really good game player and someone to watch out. And Gideon's just super endearing. I just find myself liking him more and more every day, so I kind of want to keep that line of communication open. Yeah, feeling really good about my final 3 deals still and my alliance. I made it really far in the exemption challenge today, so I was proud of myself. I was so sore after it hurt so much. But it was fun. And today was pretty low key. We had such a good time last night partying and getting to know each other. And it was really nice to have some time to spend not thinking about the game. So I will give Kyle props for that. He's the one who recommended that and pushed for the mods to do it. And it was great. Definitely drank a lot and was struggling today. So I'm excited for a rest day tomorrow. We're heading into our last week, and this is going to be the final stretch. I think it's going to be a bloodbath. I think there's going to be a lot of surprises. And this is the final push. I mean, we have one more week. And we're going to know who wins this game. And I think I'm continue to be in a good position, but I'm never going to say, I'm just so comfortable, because that's when you go. And we could see that tonight. Kyle had this hubris and this pride and this sense of comfort, and it bit him in the ass. So wouldn't be me, and it's not going to be me. Fear keeps you sharp, and I intend to stay fearful and sharp through the rest of this game. So we'll check in on Monday.
All right, so everything seems to have gone by plan, but not actually how I wanted it to go down. So I win the exemption challenge, which is great, because now I can make this move against Kyle without having to worry about if he actually plays anything, that I'd be going home, or something getting turned around on me. So we all start to talk, and I get Rob, Jared, and Maddie, and we're all like, yes, this is what we want to do. We want to make this move against Kyle. It's time to do it. And I try and make sure of them. Look, our big plan is we only really need the 4 of us. We tell Kyle and Daniel that we're splitting the vote. 4 of us will be enough. So I go to Chantel and Gideon. I'm like, look, guys, I'm sorry. It looks like they're going to be splitting the vote. Chantel was really pushing, you guys need to take down this guy. He's running the whole game. And I'm trying to keep up this fake story of I'm sorry, we're splitting the vote. Because to me, the plan is we want to make sure that if anyone of those three have any sort of advantage, they play it tonight. We get rid of Kyle and we get rid of advantages. We start the game basically fresh. Yeah, it doesn't go that way because I'm pretty sure it's Jared decides to tell them all, like, oh no, we're gonna get rid of Kyle now. And it's like, what are you doing? Why are you ruining this part of the plan? You're now just giving everyone an easy vote, so if they have any form of advantage, they're not gonna play it. So I'm talking to all this, so I'm like, alright, great. Ryan is the first one I find out he knows. I'm like, alright, Ryan knowing that's not terrible. Then I find out Daniel knows, which I really didn't want him involved in it. Then I find out Chantel knows, and I'm like, why are we telling everyone? So I'm like, alright, at least if Gideon doesn't know, he's the most likely to me to have any form of advantage, he'll play it. Yeah, he knew too. So now everyone knows, easy vote. And I don't understand Jared's logic in this. You can leave people out of it. It doesn't have to be unanimous. So anyway, of course, Kyle goes home 7-1 or 8-1, whatever. I think 8-1. Everyone votes for him. As I was getting ready to vote, and I'm realizing all these people jumped on board this, I was just thinking, alright, if he has a compass, I wish I told him to play it. I wish that I had given him the heads up and the two of us could plan who to get out. I probably would have tried to throw either Jared or Daniel under the bus. If I had realized earlier everyone was on board this, I would have tried to get Kyle. At this point, I really don't know. I know everyone's saying he had the steal vote advantage, so that wouldn't have saved him. But if he had a compass, at this point I would have told him, play it and take out this person. So now I have to figure out. Now it's 5-3 of original Janet, original Ethan, and I'm leaning towards taking out another Janet tonight. Jared is probably the person I would pin this on. My plan is if I can win another exemption challenge tonight, there is 100% chance that I go to Chantel, Gideon, and Ryan, and I say the four of us put our votes on one person. I am with you guys. I have nothing to lie about. So if I win, 100% it's happening. If I lose, I have to then try and gauge more where I'm at. If they might turn it around onto me. I really think Jared at this point is trying to use the original Ethan's for his own long-term game because I don't know why he had to include Gideon in the last vote. So if I win, I think that is my plan, to tell the three of them I will vote with you and I want to vote out Jared. And I will probably tell Rob also, especially if I am immune. I will try and get Rob on board. I might even just pitch to him more like, look, vote with your, like, because I think those four of the original Janets are very tight together. I thought Kyle was part of that. He was more just the face of it. I think those other four actually want to go Final Four together. I don't know if they have a spot for me. So my mentality is if I take out another one of them, there's only four of them left, and that at least puts me, if I want to go with them to the Final Four, it just puts me one win away from getting to the Final Three. So at this point, that is my plan. I want to take Jared out of this game. I'm hoping that the original Ethans don't decide that they want to try and turn this around on me. I don't think it would make sense for them really to do that. But regardless, it's time for me to make a move in this game that is solely for my game and no more of this bullshit. Everyone votes as a group. I want tonight to go to a tie and then someone has to break that tie. If it's another unanimous vote, I'm going to be pissed off. I want people to scramble. I want people to be worried about this vote. And I want people to start thinking that they're not in as much control as they think they are. Because that's what I think Jared, Maddie, and Daniel think. I think the three of them think they have this game solely in their hands. And I don't want them to feel that way.
Cheers to us, because we finally got Kyle out. I've been trying to do this for what feels like forever, but it's only been a couple days. But like, I can just say, like, the energy with the group once Kyle has gone is completely different and the game is completely changed. There's not a person in this group I would be like, I'm not working with. There's not one person. And that just like opened up the entire floodgates. And it kind of made me realize like how much Kyle was dictating in this game because people were scared of his game. And it's just like such a relief. It's such a freaking relief. Like, sorry, I just want to make sure I was muted because I don't know if I was on something or not. I'm not. Okay, I'm good. Just making sure. Anyway, I'm really, 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 really freaking happy. And like, it's just given me like this new revived sense of the game. If I get to the end, I want to make sure that I earned it and I'm not coasting and just like getting by. And this is kind of like giving me an opportunity to really navigate the game. I'm sure that people think that Daniel is a threat. I'm going to try my best to like do everything I can to like make sure he's safe. Gideon's obviously a threat, but like honestly adore the kid. Like I would love to keep him in the game just for like, because I like love his energy. He's so freaking fun. I just honestly, there's no one person in the group that I could imagine voting out, and that's where it's going to get tough. Like that's where it's really going to be tough moving forward because we don't really know what's going to happen tomorrow. And I still haven't had to use my compass. And there are 3 people in the group that know about it. I probably should have just like not told a single soul. I was just trying to gain a little trust. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to use it. I don't know when I'm going to use it. I hope I don't have to use it tomorrow. I would like to keep it as long as possible, just to make sure I get there. Anyway, I'm just feeling like this renewed sense of energy. I'm feeling like I affirmed like a relationship with Chantel because I told her everything I know, except for the fact that I have the compass and that Daniel has a compass. I didn't tell anyone that. But I just feel like moving forward, she's going to feel more trust. And out of the group that I was working with, I would guess that Rob and Justin are at my bottom. But I don't really know. I like Rob and I like Justin a lot. I just think they're playing really, really hard. And that concerns me. I don't want to put my faith in someone that's gonna turn around and stab me in the back. So Rob knows I have a compass. He's probably already kind of scheming about that. I don't know. I'm just trying to like, I got voted like under the radar at the last challenge and I'm trying to keep it a little under the radar. Obviously, like, I was gung-ho about getting Kyle out, and I think I planted a lot of seeds for that. I don't know who, like, ultimately, I wouldn't say I got credit for that move, because I think everyone wanted him out. But I will say, like, I think I started the conversation with a lot of people in my alliance, and I want to keep it really under the radar that I'm working hard and getting things done, because I don't want to be perceived as a threat. I don't want to get out because people think I'm a threat. I just want to keep on moving. So that's where I'm at. I'm really happy with the way things went. Honestly, like, everyone in the party just felt like there was just like this such a good vibe tonight. Like, we were all laughing. I was laughing till I was crying with these people, and like, it just goes to show you how important the social aspect of this game is. I 100% could see myself being friends with every single person in this group after this game is done, and that makes me so happy. Like, we were already talking about like reunions and like getting together and seeing each other, and I just never would have guessed when signing up for this game that I would meet people that I actually like connected with genuinely and feel like I could have a real friendship with. So I'm leaving tonight, going into a day off on like the highest of high notes. I know Monday is just gonna be scrambling and scheming again, but right now it just feels awesome to, I don't know, just have like a really good group of people that I genuinely feel a connection with. And it's gonna be tough moving forward to get someone out of this game, because every single person I really like. So I'm gonna soak up this time that we got Kyle out. I'm gonna feel good about it. But Monday is work again.
I feel like I can breathe one big sigh of relief after tonight's challenge, tonight's vote. I just feel like this is one of the most complex days we've had, and to have it put behind with maybe, the best possible outcome for the final 8 that's remaining is great. Before I go too far into this, I do want to just say, like, I think I kind of threw my back out earlier. Not fully, because I've had that before and it's terrible, but a little bit. So if I wince in pain, it's just because of my back, not because of any emotions I have regarding the game. So yeah. Anyway, we go into tonight. We've got our challenge where we have to hold a paper plate against the wall with a shopping bag filled with seltzer or soda cans on our wrists. So it's a little bit of tension we're working against. And in our other hand, we have to balance a paper plate all on our fingertips. I unfortunately did not make the first transition. So while I think I could have lasted a little bit longer, unfortunately, because I missed that transition, I was out, and so I had no shot at the individual exemption that was offered. But we had one of our, what I would consider to be my alliance, Justin, win exemption after about 22 and a half minutes, which is super impressive, and I wouldn't have made it all that way. So maybe it's better that I didn't even have to put my arms through hell for that. Following that, though, we all came back, and it was a kind of mad scramble. We still are doing damage control with Chantel from the night before, where the plan was to vote out Kyle, and famously, I still voted out Kyle, Chantel still voted out Kyle, and no one else in the tribe voted out Kyle. So tonight, we were all thinking, all right, we're voting him out, but we're telling him that we're doing a vote split between Gideon and Ryan. And I was talking with him about, like, you know what? I think Ryan did write my name down, because I feel like that's a good way to, like, rile someone up and, like, make them think that you're really on their side by just having a target that's not them for a big reason. And so he thought, I'm going to be writing, Rob, is going to be writing Ryan's name down. He's going to be writing Ryan's name down. And it would be, all Gucci from there on out. then we go and everyone has their own ideas. First, when I talk to Justin, he says, great, let's keep it small. So it's just like, you know, me, Justin, Maddie, and Jared, right? Just 4 folks, which is all we would need if we were to actually split the rest of the votes between Gideon and Ryan. Then I talked to Maddie, and we're like, yes, let's bring Chantel into this because she's already in it. She's like, the only person who didn't know that Chantel was in it was Justin. So at this point, we're like, all right, cool. That 4 group is now actually, we know it's 5. And we know if we talk to Gideon about it, it'll be 6, unless he's dumb and wants to like tip Kyle off. So we're thinking, okay, great. Then I talked to Daniel one-on-one for a little bit, and he's saying, yes, Kyle. So that's 7. And then Ryan, I already know, like, if he knows it's going to be Kyle, he's probably going to vote with us. So that's 8. 8 people who we're pretty much all accounted for, that we're all voting Kyle. And then we're all just hanging out in the shelter. And Ryan's like, hey, Kyle, let's go over by the river and let's just like chat for a minute. What are you guys chatting about? So I get paranoid in my head because I don't know if you know this, but I was voted most paranoid in this party. A mantle that I will happily accept because, hey, if you're thinking about me, that's great. Just don't write my name down. And so I'm thinking, does Ryan have that compass that was released at the rendezvous? And is he telling Kyle, hey, by the way, here's the plan. Let's do this. Like, I will play my compass on you, and we will just vote out someone else, like me. And so I'm thinking, because they did this at like 9:38, and Crossroads is at 9:40. So it's like a literal 2-minute difference. And so I'm like, do I just change my vote to Ryan? And then, I don't know, like make that do anything? And across the entirety of Crossroads, everyone's being cagey because we don't want Kyle to know. We don't want Kyle to get spooked. Kyle has a tendency of finding advantages and then playing them successfully. He's played 2 compasses correctly in this game. And I know he at least had a vote steal advantage. At least that's what he told me. I don't know if it's real. He could have lied, but I don't see that he would have had a reason to lie about a vote steal. And then we all go to vote. We have the little moments of peace. I'm rocking out to my music in my muted, cameraless room here, and make my vote for Kyle. And a lot of people don't feel bad about their vote for Kyle. I kind of do, only because I told him that he and I were final 2, and I take that commitment a bit seriously. I know this is like Expedition Online, and we need to be able to backstab people, but I still have, some guilt about backstabbing. And so I did feel bad about not even giving him a heads up, but I couldn't. Otherwise, it would have all been for naught. The vote comes back. It is 8-1. So we know everyone who's in this final 8 has voted Kyle. And then the one person who didn't vote Kyle voted Ryan. And that person is obviously Kyle. So we had the most united vote tonight, which was completely blurring tribal lines. Maybe just for one night, but still, we voted out one of the members of the Majority Alliance because, A, he was a big threat to win the game. He'll say he was a meat shield, which is patently false. He's only a meat shield for the sense of he'll be voted out later on down the line. If he were to have ended up at the final 3 or the final 2, based off of the way this game is going, he would have gotten probably every vote to win. He's made big strategic moves. He's got an interesting, unique life story. And he also bucks the typical archetype of everyone else that we've seen. He is slightly older. He has a family, lives in Canada. Compared to the rest of us, we're in our 20s, early 30s. We are, for the most part, single. Some people have fiancés and shit, which is whatever. But he has something extra about him that would have given him votes. Heck, if I was on the jury and he was up there, I'd be hard pressed not to give him my vote. So it only made sense to get rid of him as a target now when we had the opportunity to, because who knows what exemption challenges he may have won in the future. Luckily, we don't need to worry about that. But when we got back, it was kind of a very big kumbaya moment of everyone saying, I love you all, I think you're all great, which is great. You know, I love a unified tribe. I love that we're all hanging out together. In the back of my head, there is this realization that this is a one night only thing. You know, I hope that we're all able to walk out of this game realizing the game moves that we make are just game moves and not defining anyone as a person. But it's going to be tough. And so I hope we keep the sense of kumbaya moving forward. My worry is that it's going to get shattered, you know, at our next crossroads when we have to make serious decisions and serious votes about who we're voting out next. You know, getting from final 8 to final 7 is going to be harder than getting from final 9 to 8. And it's only getting harder as we move forward in this game when there are less people to hide behind, like a Kyle, and people to, you know, and more people to seriously consider as threats, or who could seriously consider you to be a threat in this game. I'm more paranoid now that maybe I'll be looked at as a threat for having a somewhat decent social game. I'm not going to say I'm like a social butterfly or anything like that, but I feel like I'm on good relations with everyone on the party. I don't think anyone actively dislikes me. And so it's tough. I'm, you know, there's the joke that I am the most paranoid person on the party. And in this game, I don't think it's hurtful to have that reputation. I just don't. Anyway, that's all from me tonight. I hope this is good enough. And I hope that, you know, I'm able to foster, or I hope that the people that I think I'm working with actually do want to keep me around to the end. Right now, my final 3 is still Daniel, me, Maddie. I feel like we're a good final 3. We've also done a lot of the same dirty work together. That said, I know Daniel's also had some other moves up his sleeve, and Maddie has a compass, which when she uses that is going to be a huge bullet point in her resume. Like, absolutely huge. I also do have a backup final 3 of myself, Jared, and Ryan. I don't know if I trust that one as much because I don't think I trust Ryan. Like, nary a hair. So, we'll see. Whew. This is like a rewarding day in the party, but God, it was draining at the time. It was draining at the time. I'm so glad. It's like when you run like a half marathon, maybe a marathon, but I've only done halves. It's like when you run a half marathon and you realize all of those hours and weeks of training has paid off once you cross that finish line and you decide to get shit faced off of bottomless mimosas afterwards. Good night.
So this was the first challenge where I did really, really terribly. I'm great with endurance, but I was unable to make the transition in time. Honestly, though, it's probably a good thing that I didn't win the challenge 3 days in a row because people were starting to look my way. I mean, Jared told me that Kyle wanted to vote me off the moment I lost, just because I kept winning. It is a bummer, though. I had everything set up to win. I had my mirror in front of me so I could check my posture and make sure that my hand didn't go below my head. I had my nightstand put in the perfect place so I could grab my cans easier. Oh well, things happen for a reason. When we got back to shelter, everyone was surprisingly on the same page. Vote out Kyle. Now or never. Apparently, Kyle was also scheming behind my back, according to Jared and Chantel. So, at the last 3 minutes before Crossroads, I pulled him into a room and said, Hey, I heard some people were planning to vote me out tonight. If that's the case, I might use something that I found. Just to induce some fear, make him nervous about who's actually his ally, and lower his confidence as he gives testimony. Well, the votes were read, and it ended up being 1 vote for me, 8 votes for Kyle. And when Crossroads were over, everyone was celebrating. Kyle was a huge threat in challenges, in social strategy, in almost every way imaginable. So voting him out
was a huge leg up for everyone. Today was one of the best days. Now I just need to learn more about everyone, especially Justin and Daniel. I couldn't tell the difference between them for the longest time ever. And I gotta figure out what can get everyone voted off.